Hey, a little bit about myself right off the bat. I am a father of two, which is always weird for people to hear because I got carded 5 times tonight already. Plus I keep getting hired for crisis actor jobs. Please stop shooting my friends! Hey, but I am a father of 2. My son is going to be 9 this year. And I can't believe it. I still remember conceiving my son. I don't know if you remember me conceiving my son. But it was a great night for me because it was the night I lost my virginity. And I don't know if you know what that's like, but it's kind of like standing at the half-court line and you make the basket and then your prize is a baby. What the fuck am I gonna do with a baby? But I was 20 when I had my son, and when you have a kid at a young age, people always gotta comment on it. Like I'd have strangers coming up to me on the street saying, "But you're so young! How are you gonna afford diapers? How are you gonna afford a place to live?" And I'd say, "You're absolutely right. I should have called you before I had sex." Lady from the deli. But I'm going to be celebrating my 3-year wedding anniversary this year. I finally married the mother of my children, and I asked my son when I got married, I was like, "Hey buddy, what do you think? Your parents are finally married." And he's like, "I don't know, Dad, I thought you could have done better." He's very intuitive. Now, I love my wife, but I went straight from living with my mom to living with my wife, so I never really got to experience life on my own. And that's okay, I feel lucky, I just hope I die second. So I just want to party, you guys. Not too much to ask, I just want to live my life. Like big ups to George Bush. His wife died. That joke did very well right at the moment of that news story. Hey! Speaking of presidents, though, where does this room stand on the current president? You like the current president? Some people say he's the worst president ever. I don't agree with that. You know why? Because I think that's not fair to the presidents who owned slaves, massacred Indians, planned 9/11. I mean, these are far worse presidents. Yeah, I'm a father. And I also work at a grocery store, so I hate my life. Like, I got the kind of job that even my relatives are embarrassed to say what it is I do for a living. Like, when people ask my grandmother what it is I do, she said I died in a car accident 5 years ago. Yeah, I saw your grandson the other day. He was stacking apples over at the grocery store. She's like, "How'd you know? He died in a car accident. He was high on cocaine. He had a hooker in the trunk. They crashed into an orphanage. Everybody died." I'm Payless Jerry Seinfeld. No, but I work at a grocery store in my hometown, so I always see old high school teachers shopping there, and they always have this look on their face like, I wasted my time on that one. No, but it sucks. Like, I put it on Facebook the other day, working in retail makes suicide seem reasonable. And here's the fucked up thing about Facebook. I got 50 likes. My friends were basically encouraging me. My grandma commented on it. She said, "Just do it, you pussy." Well, I'm gonna be 30 this year, and I keep comparing myself to people and what they were doing when they were 30. Like, do you know what the Beatles were doing when they were 30? They were wrapping up being the Beatles. Tupac Shakur was working on his 2nd posthumous album. Like, I was really excited for the Eagles win until I found out I'm the same age as Nick Foles. And he wanted to retire 2 years ago because he was embarrassed he was a backup quarterback. I stack apples. When do I get to retire? No, but I was saying, like, I'm embarrassed to see old teachers, but there's always one teacher I was excited to see. That was Miss Funk. She was my 6th grade science teacher. And I was always excited to see her because she was the first person I masturbated to. always thought, should I go up to her and tell her that? I mean, it's kind of a compliment, right? It is. She didn't take it as a compliment. And now I don't work at that grocery store anymore. I'm Andrew Fox, everybody. Have a good night.